Well, hopefully this is welcome back, and I do hope that you will like, share, subscribe, and comment on the videos. Anything you do to help me grow this channel will be appreciated. I want to thank Mark and Brian for all that they have done to help me clean up last week's video and hopefully make going forward better. Your suggestions will all be weighed and used whenever I can. And again, thank you. Do everything you can to teach me how to do this stuff. I mentioned last week that I'm going to focus on stats and facts more than share my opinions on stuff. As such, let me give you some background on the Raiders first. They began in 1960 in the AFL as the Oakland Raiders, merged with the rest of the AFL for the 1970 season, played in Super Bowl II, won Super Bowls 11, 15, and 18, then had a long vacation from Super Bowls until they played again in Super Bowl 37. The team has been somewhat of a vagabond franchise. In 1982, Al Davis took them to the Los Angeles and the Coliseum. They returned to Oakland in 1995 after 13 years in Los Angeles, then moved again in 2020 to Las Vegas. Because they have moved so much and because of naming rights, the Raiders have played in 6 different stadiums for their history. The Oakland Alameda Coliseum Stadium, or Oakland Alameda Stadium, had 6 different names due to naming rights, and the Cowboys have faced the Raiders in 3 of their 6 stadiums, and the 3 they did not were their homes before the merger, not after the merger. Their stadium is the 7th stadium that the Dallas Cowboys played games in. This is the first time the Cowboys have ever played the Raiders after a bye week. It's the first time they've ever played them on Monday Night Football. The series is now tied at 7 games each. I wanted this win badly because I do not like trailing any team head to head. So with a tie, that means the next time we face them, we can take the lead. All 10 Cowboys head coaches have faced the Raiders, but only the 2 longest tenured ones faced them more than once, Tom Landry and Jason Garrett. The most common month for the 2 legendary teams to face off has been November, where the Cowboys now hold a 4-2 edge. The 33-16 win was the 23rd time in Cowboys history that we have had a 17-point win, but was the first time the score was 33-16. 5 of our 17-point wins have been in the postseason, and 2 of them in Super Bowls, those being Super Bowls 12 and 28. The Raiders started in 1960 just like the Cowboys, but have played 2 more games than the Cowboys because in 1960 the NFL and the Cowboys played 12 games and the AFL played 14 games. Their all-time record is 511, 48, and 11. They have one of the best all-time postseason records at 25 and 20, but they've not won a postseason game in 23 seasons. The last coming in 2002 when they went on to the Super Bowl for their last time. They will not win a postseason game in 2025 unless something none of us can fathom happens. The calendar date of November 17th has had the Cowboys now at 4-4 all time for that date. Let's talk about some player movement on the Cowboys and the all-time NFL all-time record list. Dak Prescott is 159 yards behind Tony Romo for the most passing yards in Cowboys history. And when he gets that, he will also move past Tony Romo for 41st place all time in NFL history for passing yards. He passed 34,000 yards on Monday, and he is 218 yards from 40th place all time in NFL history, all likely to fall this week. Dak has 4,500 passing attempts for his career, and he actually got further away from passing Amos March by losing 4 yards and 4 straight taking the knees. I wanted him to run that up, but I know he now needs 8 yards instead of 4. This was the 13th time that Dak has 4 or more TD passes in a game. If he and CD had connected on the drop, it would have been the second time that he had 5 in a game. The previous 5 game was the 51 points that we stuck on Philly in 2022. George Pickens needs 92 yards for 1,000 receiving. CD has a realistic shot at it too. Javonte Williams needs 191 yards for 1,000 rushing. CD needs 110 yards for 7,000 on his career. Jake Ferguson needs 171 for 2,000 on his career. Marquise Bell became the 187th different guy to intercept a pass for the Dallas Cowboys. Sam Williams and Donovan Ezeraku both have safeties this year. Did you know that if either of them get one more, it will be the Cowboys' record of 2? Benny Barnes got 2 in 1973, by the way. He's the only one with 2 in one season. Brandon Aubrey passed Mike Clark and Michael Irvin to take sole possession of 8th place on the Cowboys' all-time scoring list. He needs 20 points to move past Jason Witten for 7th place. Um, Aubrey's field goal was the 30th of 50 yards or more in his short career, and it ties Dan Bailey for the most in Cowboys history of 50 yards or more. Bailey never hit one from beyond 60. As we know, Aubrey has 5 and has designs on the all-time longest, and possibly the first ever from beyond 70. Happy birthday on game day to Bobby Joe Conrad, a wide receiver in 1969, Ken Frost, a defensive tackle in 61 and 62. On the 18th, yesterday, happy birthday to Glenn Carano, former backup quarterback, 1978 to 1983, and father of Gina Carano, the quite famous actress and MMA artist, and Buzz Sawyer, punter, in 1987. By strange coincidence, there are 11 dates in Cowboys history where no Dallas Cowboy has ever um, been born. And one of those dates is November 19th, today. 11 dates in history. This is one that no Dallas Cowboy has ever had a birthday on. Friday, I'm going to do a preview of the Eagles matchup with hopefully some spicy stories in history for you there to enjoy. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the ride.